What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have We Lost the Sea. Yes, indeed, how about that? We Lost the Sea, making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Rudy Zimmerman, and Rudy wanted to see me react to this song. It is a tune by We Lost the Sea called Challenger. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So it's always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hold on, I think I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Rudy and I had a conversation about this. He really wanted me to do this. Now here's the thing. He gave me some context as to what the song is about. I understand that the entire song was written about the Challenger tragedy, which I remember very vividly. I was actually, I was in school and we were watching it live because, you know, the first, teacher in the history of NASA to go up into space was on the Challenger. So of course, all the teachers, the entire school, had TVs in their classrooms, and we were all dialed in watching it. I believe it was Channel 4. I believe it was on NBC. And we were all watching it, and then the tragedy hit. And you heard, I mean, not just in my classroom, but in the other classrooms next door and behind us, you heard people, oh my God, what just happened? All that happening within the classrooms. So believe me when I say this, I will never forget that day, ever. Watching it unfold live was quite a tragedy indeed. So Rudy really wanted me to do this. Apparently We Lost the Sea wrote Challenger about it, and they wrote it in 3 parts, and apparently you have to listen to all 3 parts together for it to really make sense. It's over 30 minutes long to do all 3. So all 3 parts together. So Rudy and I had a conversation. I'm not usually one for doing things like this because it's a very, very long song. But he explained where he was coming from. I understood where he's coming from, so we came to an agreement. We reached some middle ground, and we made a deal. And here we are. I'm doing it. So all 3 parts. So yes, no problem. I'm just warning everybody, get comfortable. Okay, this was posted by JJ. All right. And at the time of the request, the song only has, the long version of the song only has 94 views. I'm gonna be honest with you folks, I'm really not surprised by that number for a 30-minute long song. But unfortunately, it's not gonna get you there. I'm sorry, it's just not. Look, I'm sure the song is fine. I'm sure the video's fine. I'm just saying 94 views. Not gonna get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. We Lost the Sea, Challenger, unofficial music video. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Unofficial music video. So this is a music video that was created by the poster, JJ. He took the song and he created his own video for it. That's fine. I got no issue with that. I'm going to do something a little different for this. Simply because the song is seriously 32 minutes and 34 seconds. I'm not going to pause every every minute and a half to 2 minutes like I normally do. If I feel the need to pause, if I feel the need to talk about something I hear, I'll do it. But I'm not really going to worry about copyright a whole lot because, for starters, JJ posted this up and he didn't get blocked. So more than likely, I'm not going to get blocked. I'm not going to have an issue with this. And to be honest with you folks, if I pause every 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to be here for at least an hour. At least. So I'm going to try my best not to pause. But like I said, if I feel like, if I am absolutely compelled to pause to talk about something, I'll do it. But if not, I'm going to just let it run. And hopefully cut down the time of the video. We'll see. Deep breath, everybody. Get comfortable. Y'all get your snacks. Y'all get something to drink. I hope you did, because we're going to be here for a while. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Oh, there's only 2 parts? I thought there was 3 parts. No, 2 parts.
I found that sometimes I'm able to control a dream, or sometimes I'm able to direct myself before going to sleep to dream about a certain subject, and sometimes not. The important thing was to see your hands in a dream. And I made an effort to do this a number of times. And only a couple of times did I succeed in actually seeing my hands in a dream. To me, one of the most important new facts about dreams is that they are a biologic necessity. See, they have made experiments of waking people up whenever they start to dream. They can tell by the rapid eye movements and also by the brain waves. The brain waves in dreams are very much like the brain waves of people when they're awake.
Yeah, the neurons start getting very active. Very true.
And if they keep interfering with the REM sleep as a dream sleep, very soon the subject will show all the symptoms of sleeplessness, no matter how much dreamless sleep they allow. And eventually it will be fatal. It's within 2 weeks or so.
I think it's actually less than 2 weeks. I think it's actually within 10 days.
So we know now that dreams are a biological necessity, which means they must serve a very important function. The next step is to go into space to leave the planet. We're not there yet.
Well, I mean, we've gone into space, just haven't gone very far. Not manned missions, anyway. I think the farthest we've gone, manned missions, is
Here we have an artifact weighing about 170 pounds that cannot exist outside of a very specialized environment. Sort of the whole aquarium. The official space programs, how do they propose to solve this? Well, they're going to move this whole artifact, the human artifact, in its environment from one place to another. It wouldn't occur to them to start from the other end. that's the human body, and you want to transport X, say, from Earth to space from E to S. And X is heavy, and it can only live in a whole medium. So why not alter X to reduce its weight and its dependency on its medium? That would seem to be a logical approach to the problem. This would not occur to the official program because they accept the human artifact with all its limitations. In effect, they accept the limitations imposed by Christianity, by what Crowley calls the slave gods.
Hearing that dialogue, it kind of reminded me, there was a theory, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about this, but I believe there was a theory. It all came from, the theory actually came from a movie. If you've ever seen the movie Tron, it centers around the theory of digitization of living matter. And when the movie came out, everybody was like, oh, haha, that's just science fiction, that's just fantasy. But here's the thing, folks, it's been done, if I'm not mistaken, where they have actually been able to use laser technology to digitize, I believe it was a flower, and they were able to actually break it down using the laser molecule by molecule, saving the imprint, saving the engram into the computer, and then able to regenerate and reconstitute the flower through the reverse process. The theory is, if that can be done, if it can be done, that would solve this whole problem. Using laser technology to break down the human body molecule by molecule and storing the pattern inside of a computer. So basically breaking down the human body into digital information. Don't need to worry about oxygen. Don't need to worry about eating. Don't need to worry about breathing. Don't need to worry about drinking water. Don't need to worry about anything. Don't even worry about sleep. You're literally data. Take that data, ship it however far you want, however long you want. It will arrive at its destination where it can then be reconstituted. And to the person that got digitized, it would be like maybe a second had passed, even though they've been in space for years. You know what I mean? It's a great theory. Now, like I said, is it practical? I don't know. I don't know if it is practical. I think I heard something about them actually, I believe this happened in the last couple of years, where they were actually able to digitize and break down molecule by molecule the molecular structure of a flower, and they were able to reconstitute it. Now, I don't know if that really happened. I remember reading about that. Is it a real story, or is it one of those fake stories? I don't know. I didn't look at the website. It could have been the National Enquirer for all I know. But the theory is sound. If we can get the technology to work, then the theory is sound. Absolutely sound. I just thought about that. I was reading the dialogue there, and I was like, yeah, that reminds me of that story I read a couple years ago. Anyway, let's keep going here.
Dense for space conditions. We have a model to hand, and that is less dense. In fact, almost weightless, and that would be the astral or dream body. So the function of dreams may be to prepare us for space, and that is why they are a biological necessity. But we're not there yet. Not there yet. Not there yet.
Musically, it's very soothing. Combination of synthetic orchestrals along with analog orchestrals. It sounds like a real cello was playing there. The use of the guitar, synths. Nice combination. Perfect score. Wow, the SATs. Dang. It scored at 1280, I think. Mine. Saxophonist. Ha! Recorded sax solo. Wow. Yep. A middle school social studies teacher. Yep. That was the plan. The beat coming because of that. I felt the beat was going to be coming in soon. the guitar solo over the top. I like it. I first of all, I'm enjoying that. I know he's playing with a slide. I hear that. What I'm not 100% sure is what his right hand is doing. I can't tell if he's picking with a pick, using just a finger to strum the note, or is he using an ebow? The reason I'm wondering is I don't hear an attack. I'm just hearing a sustained note, but I'm never hearing that impact of a pick on the string or a finger plucking the string. Now, that could all be done in post. I mean, you could smooth that out. You could rub that out. In Pro Tools, obviously, you could do that. But I'm wondering if he's using an ebow, which with a solo like this in a song like this would be really smart. I'll bet you anything. I'll bet you it's an ebow. I'll bet it is. Sounds really nice. Very pleasing to the ear, actually. Let's keep going here. That wobbly guitar, that tremolo, nice. Yep, we were watching in class. I can hear the definite picking on the guitar. And I believe that's a synthesizer.
Minus 15 seconds.
6, 8.
7, 6. The main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th space mission and it is cleared the tower.
Back watch this. I really don't want to relive this again. I really don't. No joke, childhood trauma. tragedy in the history of NASA, and a lot of people have gone on record as saying that NASA never recovered. That was damning what happened there. It wrecked NASA. Yep, sitting in my classroom, all my classmates just in disbelief. Like we thought we were watching a movie or something. Like, oh, this isn't real. It didn't feel real. Too little, too late. Arrogance. Pure arrogance and hubris. They knew the problem existed, they knew the dangers, and they moved forward anyway.
We've grown used to wonders in this century. It's hard to dazzle us. We've grown used to the idea of space, and perhaps we forget that we've only just begun. We're still pioneers. Sometimes painful things like this happen. It's all part of the process of exploration and discovery. It's all part of taking a chance at expanding man's horizons. The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave. Nothing ends here. On this day 390 years ago, the great explorer Sir Francis Drake died aboard ship off the coast of Panama. In his lifetime, the great frontiers were the oceans, and a historian later said he lived by the sea, died on it, and was buried in it. Well, today, we can say of the Challenger crew, their dedication was, like Drake's, complete. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them, as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye, and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God. Thank you.
I don't remember seeing the public address. I don't remember that. I'm sure it was aired. I mean, obviously it was aired. I don't remember seeing it. Mixed feelings. Mixed feelings, to be sure. I know what I want to say, but I'm not sure how to word it. I need to figure that out. Give me a few minutes to figure things out. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was We Lost the Sea with Challenger, all 32 plus minutes of it. This was a request from Rudy Zimmerman. And like I said, when Rudy and I were talking about this, he did tell me how long it was. He said, listen, we could, he would settle for just the second part, or I think it was actually the third part, he said. Based on the theory of three, he was just settled for the last part. I was like, listen, I'm fine with that, but if you really want to do the whole thing, we can do it, but this is what we got to do, you know, and this is what you got to make happen so that I can make it happen. And then we came to an agreement, and here we are. Okay. I'm doing this in every single video for the month of March, so if you've already heard the spiel before, feel free to fast forward. We are going back to the old scoring system. Okay, I've already started. We're on the old scoring system again. We held the poll. You guys made it very clear that's what you wanted. I talked about this during the live stream, and I listened to everybody's concerns about the 5-star system, and everybody's main concern was there would be a lot of duplication, a lot of 4 stars, a lot of bands and a lot of songs getting a 4-star rating without a whole lot of variation. And I heard them. And the thing is, I agree with them that was probably going to happen. Sure, yeah. But here's the thing. It was already happening. It was already happening in the old scoring system. If you look at the scores I've given over the course of the channel, about 2/3 of the scores in total have been between the scores of 7.4 and 8.6. Okay? Now, I know a lot of people go, well, that's 13 different scores. You're absolutely right. It's 13 different scores out of 100. It's 13%. Okay? So, a lot of songs were in that margin. How much different is that from giving 5 stars or 4 stars? A 20% margin. It's not that much different. My point was this: it's already happening, with that. So the duplication and the frequent giving of scores that are the same was already happening. How many? Just off the top of my head, how many 7.8s did I give out? A ton. How many 8.2s did I give out? A ton. How many 7.6s did I give out? A ton. It's like, okay, we're having the same problem no matter what. So I told people this, and during the live stream, I mentioned this, and I did my best to make sure that everybody was aware. If we go back to the old scoring system, I got no problem doing it. None. I'm totally fine with that. But if we do go back to the old scoring system, I am going to have to get a lot tougher, and I'm going to have to get a lot harder, and I'm going to have to make it a lot more difficult for songs to get those 7s, 8s, and 9s. And I'm really going to have to focus on 5s being the happy medium. I wasn't really doing that before, and that's my fault. I was really kind of making, and I didn't even mean to do this, it just happened. You know, like 7s were like the happy medium. And I think that's where a lot of confusion may have happened. So we are back on the old scoring system, but I'm being a lot tougher now. And I've been a lot tougher on a lot of the songs that I've already done. So here, this is not going to be any different, okay? So 5 is the happy medium, okay? Just please keep that in mind. That's number 1. Number 2, to avoid confusion and to help as many people as possible understand the scoring system and the rating and how it scales to everybody's individual interpretations, I have come up with 4 different grades. Okay, we're gonna have 4 different ways of giving the score, and I'm gonna give all 4. This was my counter, basically. If we go back to the old scoring system, that's fine, but I'm gonna have to do this to make it obvious to everybody watching this and make it as idiot-proof as possible that out of these 4, everybody should be able to interpret at least one of the 4. Now, we're gonna have the numeric score, we're gonna have a grading score, we're gonna have a star rating, and we're gonna have a letter grade. So if you can't get one of those 4, I'm sorry, I can't help you. You might want to think about finding another channel, okay? I'm just being honest with you guys here. I'm just being straight with you here, all right? Okay. Having said all of that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 5.5. Yep, 5.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, 5.5. What does that mean? Well, on a scale, it would be okay. It would be okay. It's okay. You know, it's not great, but it's not bad. It's not good, and it's not it's okay. It's an okay score. That would translate to 3 stars. That would translate to a C grade, a letter grade of C. Not C+, not C-, C. No, I'm sorry, hold on. No, it'd be a C+. I'm sorry, C+. Towards the bottom end of the C+, but it's still a C+. I have it right here. So it's like a C+, it's like, it's okay, it's a 5.5, it'd be 3 stars. That's what it comes down to. Now, how, and like I said, if you can't get one of those 4, I can't help you. I really can't. Now, how did I get to this? Well, there was 2 factors. Let's start with the first factor, the song itself. The song was The song was meh. Look, they took 5 elements. They took 5 phrases, and they extended those phrases ridiculously long. They could have done this entire song in under 10 minutes. Very easily. This entire song could have been 10 minutes. Just by taking every single phrase and cutting it into a quarter, okay? If not further back. They actually repeated a couple of the phrases a couple times. So there was that. We got to listen to the same phrase, not just, that went on for 6 minutes, not just once, but twice. Great. It was just elongated, just honestly for the sake, and purely for the sake of elongation. No. would I call that imaginative? Absolutely not. Would I call that original? Absolutely not. I would call it repetitious at best, presumptuous at worst. It was not good songwriting at all. There were some interesting things that happened within the song. The increase in tempo before we had the cutoff, that was nice. I mentioned that. In the intro, I believe he was utilizing an EBO. I think he was, I'm not 100% sure. It sounded like it. I could be wrong, but I could definitely hear the slide. There were a couple of things here and there that kind of caught my interest, but honestly, the song just droned on and 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 on. Now, I know there are people who love that kind of song, who love this kind of music because they love to zone out to it. They love to just lose themselves in the music. Now, here's the thing. I could see that. I could see that being the kind of song. I absolutely could. If people find comfort in that, if people like that experience, and people love to do that, whether it be by their own free will or whether they have a little bit of a chemical influence to help them achieve that Zen state, it doesn't really matter as long as you get there and you're doing it safely. Then hey, fine, more power to you, and I'm glad you enjoy doing that. Me personally, nope. Nope. And looking at the song objectively, I can't even say it was amazing songwriting because, like I said, it was 5 stanzas that they extended out from 30 to 35 seconds each to anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes long. It's just like, why? What did that accomplish? Where did this song go? It really didn't go anywhere. It just kind of spun its wheels the whole time. No, I was not a fan of the song. I was absolutely not a fan of the song. Now, how do we get to the 5.5 then? And I know this has absolutely nothing to do with the song, but that was some really fine video editing. Really was. The timing of every single part of that video, whether it be the text messages, whether it be the photographs, whether it be the video footage, some of the finest video editing I think I've ever seen when it comes to lining up footage with music. Every single time the phrase would repeat, we would have a slide change. Every time a phrase would repeat, we would have a different clip. Every time a phrase would repeat, we would have the next slide with the text. Some very, very fine video editing. This was posted by JJ. I'm assuming he's the creator. Fine editing work. Absolutely. I will absolutely give credit where credit's due. The only reason I didn't fall asleep during this was the video. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. The video was really well done. And the song as a backing track, the song as a musical score, for lack of a better word, as a soundtrack for this video, very appropriate. Very appropriate. The song fit the video like a glove. It absolutely did. I know people are going, well, don't you mean the video fit the song like a glove? No. No. I'm sorry. The song was not the star of the show here. The video was. The video is what was interesting. The video is what kept me captivated. The video is what kept me engaged. The video is what kept me awake. The song did not do that. The song was a nice accompaniment, but the video was the star, without question. So that is how we're coming up to a 5.5, is because of the video work. And that's how we're getting that C+ rating. It's above average, and you can thank the video for that. Unfortunately, I can't take the video too much into account, because this is supposed to be about the music, right? But I am taking the video into account a little bit here. I don't normally do that, but I have done it before in the past on rare occasion. This is one of those rare occasions where I feel it's actually kind of necessary to include the video in the score. Not a lot, but enough to bring it up to a 5.5. Remember, according to the old scoring system of 5, even on the old scoring system, I just didn't enforce this very much. A 5.5 is above medium. Median ground is 5. 5.0 has always been an okay score. So this is getting a 5.5. It's okay. You know, it's not bad. I'm not giving this a negative score. So once again, a fine video. As far as the song goes, like I said, the phrases themselves are well written, but they are just elongated for absolutely no reason, just other than to make it long. And I just do not understand that. Well, very repetitious. So I was just not a fan. I know there are people who dig this kind of stuff. I am not one of them. So, and even like I said, looking at it objectively, I can't really find anything I can really, give any praise to as far as, oh, that was amazing. Even the stuff I liked wasn't even all that amazing. Accelerating on one section to get us to an apex, that's nothing new. We've heard that done before. Using the EBO, which I suspect he's using. I've heard people use EBOs before. It's nothing mind-blowing. I think it was done in good taste. I thought it was done strategically, but I wouldn't go any further than that. So, yeah, I think a 5.5 is exactly where we need to be. I think that is absolutely the score that this entire thing deserves. So, to sum it all up, are you ready? Here we go. It's a 5.5, which means it's an okay score, which means it's getting a C+, which means it's getting 3 stars. So, 3 stars, okay. C+, 5.5, take your pick, I don't care. Final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later, peace.